Hello and welcome to Zaleski Sports, broadcast of an amazing game here tonight in Division III competition. The hosting Brillion Lions facing off with the Kiel Raiders in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. My name is Gunnar Sippert. I'm joined by producer Joel Roush, and we'll have the broadcast for you here tonight. Both teams undefeated coming into this contest, 5-0 in conference play for both teams. Brillion 12-0 on the year, Kiel 10-0. And both ranked in the top 10 of the Division III state polls. Kiel at number 2 and Brillion at number 5. Before we get into tonight's preview, we'll quick throw it to an ad, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the anthem.
Hello, Kaukauna Area School District community. Over the past several months, as part of our continuous improvement efforts, the Kaukauna Area School District has been working on the development of a long-range facilities plan, which will ensure that our facilities continue to be safe, engaging, and relevant learning environments where each of our students can learn, grow, and flourish. As a Kaukauna Area School District resident, I would like to invite you to join us for one of 4 community conversations this winter, where we'll discuss long-range facilities planning in our district. During each of these community conversations, we'll present updated facilities information, along with having an opportunity for you to share input and feedback on the critical concepts that we need to address in our long-range facilities plan. As we work to develop this future plan, the district is committed to a process that's built on tradition and focused on the future. And we would love for your input in these important conversations. If you would like to participate in the future planning for our facilities, I hope that you'll consider attending one of our 4 community conversations, which will take place on Tuesday, January 9th from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. at Riverview, Wednesday, January 24th from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. at Riverview. Or if attending a virtual meeting is more convenient for you, we'll also be offering 2 interactive virtual conversations. The first on Thursday, February 15th from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and the second is on Friday morning on February 16th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. You're welcome to attend as many of the conversations as you wish, but the format, content, and discussion topics will be the same at each of these sessions. To help us best plan for these events, please indicate which session or sessions you plan to attend by emailing facilitiesplanning@kaukaunasd.org, or you can use the RSVP link in the description area below the video. Links to the virtual conversations will be sent via email to participants who RSVP for those sessions. I hope that you'll consider joining us for these important conversations related to our long-term facilities plan. Thank you for your support of our great schools, and thank you for helping us to ensure that our schools continue to meet the needs of our students, both now and for generations to come.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Pre-game just winding down here. We're under 3 minutes before we'll get the national anthem and starting lineups here. The Kiel Raiders visiting the Brillion Lions. Once again, my name is Gunnar Sippert. I'll be calling the action along with producer Joel Roush here tonight. A gigantic crowd here inside the Brillion gym as the Lions play host tonight. These teams met up 3 times last year. Brillion got the win all 3 times. And, of course, Brillion went on to win the Division III state title in Madison. This year, it's a changing of the guard possibly in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. The Brillion graduated 4 starters from last year's state-winning team, where Kiel retained almost all of their players, losing only 2 seniors to graduation, neither of which started. Both teams undefeated to start the year, and Kiel looking to knock off Brillion as they had done to them 3 times last year. Of course, Brillion are the reigning Eastern Wisconsin Conference champions. Meanwhile, Kiel is looking for their first conference title since the 2000-2001 season. Both teams ranked in the Division III state polls. Kiel number 2, only behind St. Thomas More out of Milwaukee. Brillion at number 5. We've hit under 90 seconds here. Almost ready for the opening buzzer. Coach Marcus Rumpf's team for the Kiel Raiders, they're 10-0 on the year, 5-0 in Eastern Wisconsin Conference play, whereas Coach Chad Shimmick's Brillion Lions, also 5-0, They're 12-0 on the year, a couple more non-conference games for them. Both teams sit atop the conference at 5-0. The next closest teams are Roncalli of Manitowoc and Valders at 3-2 each. The biggest game tonight of the season so far for each of these teams. They will meet again later in the year in Kiel. And as the countdown hits 30 seconds, I will step out as we get our national anthem and starting lineups after that.
basketball game featuring the visiting Kiel Raiders. Encouraging good sportsmanship, to encourage everyone to cheer for the athletes and refrain from actions that are to ridicule or distract the other team or officials. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand and remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the national anthem.
Just moments from tip-off here in a packed Brillion field house. We just got the starting lineups, and I believe on the tip it'll be a matchup we'll be following all night. Grant Munns for the Kiel Raiders, number 42 in black at center court here. He'll be tipping off against number 24, Grady Geiger of Brillion. I'm mistaken, but you see 24 going to the far side there. 21, Cole Duracek on the tip for Brillion. Mans with the height advantage here. He's got him by 2 inches, and he will win the tip. Handed off to Pierce Arntz, the recent Wisconsin Lutheran College commit, and Kiel gets into the half-court offense. Braden April handles at the top of the key, and he'll throw it right out of bounds as Arntz was looking to cut towards the basket. April thought he was still along the left wing. Bringing up the ball for the Lions, Owen Kreppeline. Arntz pressuring him. We'll see what sort of defense each team gets into. Kiel in man defense here. Here's Kreppeline guarded by Arntz. He gives to Gantz. Top of the key, it's the leading scorer Geiger, and he swings it over to Mathis. Mathis gives it up to Duracek and back to the top for Bryce Gantz. Brillion looking to find the weak spot in this man defense. They haven't been able to get it inside the key thus far. Driving in is Gantz, kicks. Mathis thinks twice, tries to get it in down low to Gantz, but a steal for Kiel. So 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions, as back the other way come the Raiders. Handling the ball, number 12, Aiden Murphy, and they work it all the way around to Heckman on the far side. Here's Murphy driving in. Pivots around, puts up a shot, no good. And the board goes to Brillion. Gantz at the top of the key, Murphy with a reach in, no call there. Geiger gives to Mathis, and back to Gantz. Screen set by Duracek, they give it into him. Munns with the defense. He's doubled and throws it to the Kiel bench. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Lions, as Kiel is looking to establish themselves as the top dogs in this conference. Brillion conference champions last year, took second 2 years ago, and of course Brillion is coming off of 2 straight state appearances last year, resulting in the state championship. Arntz drives, mid-range jump shot with the left hand, no good. Munns reaches around a Brillion Lion there and saves it, but it does go to Brillion. Back the other way, Kreppeline coughs it up, and the pass out to the key is intercepted by Arntz. Arntz into contact, no call. Munns almost gets the offensive board, but it goes to Geiger, and we remain scoreless 2 minutes in. Kreppeline gets a screen from Geiger, goes left. Geiger rolls, looking to get the inside leverage on Munns. 24 versus 42. 23, Mathis with the 3-point attempt, no good, and the rebound goes to Arntz. No stoppages in play thus far either. Both teams just going end to end, and we have our first foul of the game. It'll be on number 1, Bryce Gantz of Brillion. 15:39 in the first half, and we still remain scoreless. Inbounding, Aiden Murphy, and he'll give it nice and easy to Pierce Arntz as the Raiders get into their half-court offense. Man defense also for Brillion here. Cutting across the elbow there is Murphy. He gets the pass from April. Murphy gives down low to Munns. Munns swings it across. Here's Heckman. April to Heckman in the corner. Strong defense here from the Lions to start as well. Kick out to Murphy, fakes shot, drives in, finds a hole, and can't get it to go. And we're at a defensive stalemate here early in this one. Seems as if both teams are going to have great half-court defense. It might be a matter of who can get out in transition. Grady Geiger, we haven't seen him look towards the basket so far. He's their leading scorer. Gantz with the jump shot, no good, coming off the screen from Geiger, and a board for Kiel. Back the other way, Heckman gives it up to Munns. Munns averaging a double-double currently. Here's Heckman for 3, and that'll break the seal on this one, as Kiel takes a 3-0 lead on that right wing triple from Jack Heckman. Gantz driving inside, puts up a floater off the window, no good. Arntz ends up with the rebound. Pierce pushing back the other way. A natural left-hander, right-handed scoop layup, and a thing of beauty right there. That's why he's one of the top seniors in the state, along with his classmate Grant Munns. Driving left here, Bryce Gantz, as the Brillion Lions find themselves down 5-0. Mathis thinks about the shot. Gantz working towards the right side of the key. Gives it up. Mathis this time pulls the trigger. No good. Rebound goes right to Kreplin. Offensive board. Floater over Munns. No good. And Munns gets the second board on that possession. Arntz all the way across the court. April gets denied. His shot is knocked off the glass. And Brillion with a great defensive stop there in transition as Kiel was looking to get out and running for the first time this game. 5-0 Raiders on top. Swung around to Gantz on the right wing. He's guarded by Murphy. Kreplin down inside against Arntz. Pull up, no good. And Brillion remains scoreless. Our score remains 5-0. Couple of players checking in for Brillion here. Here's Arntz, thinks about shot. Puts down the dribble instead. Arntz with a real solid handle here. Gives to Heckman, who hit the three earlier. April drives baseline. Left-handed shot, switches to right, no good. Refs certainly letting both teams play here. We've only got that one non-shooting foul. Kreplin driving left, looking for Duracek. Instead swings it over to Mathis. Here's Geiger on the three-point line. He's looking towards the basket for the first time in this game. Has to give it outside as Munns was guarding him. Saw a little bit of pressure from April as well when Geiger had the ball. Driving baseline Mathis. Here's Geiger on Munns. Spin move, kick out. Gantz fakes. Three is up, no good. And a nice board there for Duracek. Back out to Gantz. That could have been a real momentum swing. Great work on the boards by Duracek, but Kiel still hasn't given up any points. Arntz with a bit of a fancy layup attempt there and ends up not looking so good as it is missed off the right side of the rim. But you can see how Kiel is able to get out in transition, and another turnover here for Brillion as the pass of Gantz goes out of bounds. First subs here for the Lions, Joseph Shimek, number 4 in, as well as number 30, Austin Schwartz. Shimek just a sophomore, Schwartz a senior, and a timeout called. And we will head to a break here quickly on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA!
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. An early 5-0 lead here for Kiel over Brillion. Managing to hold the Lions scoreless in the first 6 minutes. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, 100% employee-owned company. Kiel into their half-court offense. Here's Arntz coming off a screen. Three is no good. Out of bounds. April saves it, but his foot was on the line as he jumped to retrieve the ball. 5-0 remains our score. Brillion looking to break the seal here for their part. Again, Shimek, number 4, and number 30, Austin Schwartz in the game. Duracek and Gantz headed off for the Lions as Gantz checks in again. Geiger along the left corner, drives to the elbow, swings it to Schwartz in the corner. No good, and the board for Murphy. Murphy gives it up to Heckman in transition. Heckman driving on Schwartz, pulls up, and off the window and in. Heckman now with 5 points on the night. 7-0 Raiders on top as we hit nearly the 11-minute mark. Mathis looking to get the offense settled here. Here's Shimek. Looking to give it to Geiger, but a steal for Kiel. as some miscommunication there between Geiger and Kreplin. In transition, here's April. Heckman, top of the key, driving left. Spins on Schwartz, kick to Murphy. Murphy for three. It's good. And a 10-0 lead here for the Raiders. The Lions really needing to get on the board on their own offensive end, but perhaps Kiel also starting to put it together on the right side of the floor when they're in their half-court offense. Geiger sets a screen. Shimek swings to Mathis. Geiger looking to work inside. Here's Kreplin, pulls up right around the free throw line. An unfriendly roll for him. The board for Heckman. He pushes ahead. Here's Murphy in transition. And the assist from Heckman will allow Murphy to tie him with 5 points. And we've got a timeout here for Brillion as we'll head to a quick break here on Zaleski Sports.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome back to Brillion Fieldhouse. Here, the Kiel Raiders with an early 12-0 lead here in the first half as we hit the 10-minute mark. Bringing it up the court for the Lions. Bryce Gantz back in the game. Gives to Kreplin. Screen from Geiger. Kreplin will attack. Puts up a floater and gets it to go for the first points tonight for Brillion. It's 12-2. Kiel on top. Arntz will bring it back the other way. Both of these teams have had large margins of victory in nearly every game this season. Here's Braden April for three. No good. Pushing back the other way is Kreplin. And this might be the closest contest they've played thus far. Cutting low was Mathis, but it's tipped away, and another turnover forced by the Kiel defense. Heckman gives it to April in the far corner. And the Raiders will set up. Driving baseline is Murphy. Finds Arntz. Swing to Heckman. Heckman for three. Can't get the roll, and the board goes to the Lions. Nice punch out there by Gantz, and Kreplin will get credit for the rebound. 12-2 our score as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. Three for Bryce Gantz, no good. And Munz with the board. Marcus Rumpf, the head coach for Kiel, telling his players looked like to slow down as they were heading into the half-court offense there. They didn't push it. Aiden Murphy guarded by Gantz. Here's Heckman, another open three. Schwartz lost him off around a screen. And we're going to have a foul on the floor on Munz as the loose rebound was up in the air. First foul for Kiel. Cole Duracek back in for Brillion, and the Brillion starting lineup is back in the game after a quick spell for Shimek and Schwartz on the floor. No subs yet for Kiel. Geiger finds Kreplin, right wing. Looking inside to Geiger, but Munz playing over-the-top defense. They'll have to lob it into him. They swing it over to Mathis. He drives baseline. Nice reverse attempt. No good. Duracek with the board and gets the second chance points to go. 12-4 our score as the Lions have answered back here after that second timeout. Here's Arntz. Kicks out to Heckman. April driving left. Into the lane. Absorbs some contact on the body, but no foul from Mathis. Good defense there from number 23 in white. Back the other way. Here's Kreplin for three. No good on the heat check there. Heat check for the entire Brillion offense. That is. First subs in for Kiel. Number 32, Landon Bruner, into the game. 12-4 our score. Arntz hands it off to Murphy. Strong senior class for this Kiel team. Arntz and Munz the headliners, but Murphy playing well tonight as well. Arntz throws up the left-handed scoop layup, absorbs some contact, and will head to the line. Our first shooting foul of the game. That'll be an Owen Kreplin. His first. First free throw attempts here in the game for Pierce Arntz. And the first one's good. Looking to extend the lead back to 10 points here. And Arntz gets it to go. 2 for 2 at the stripe. And it's a 14-4 lead for the Raiders. Kreplin goes around a screen there. Skip pass. Gantz thought about the deep three perhaps, but he's faced with a double there. And we'll continue the audio here as Gantz, 3 no good. And out of bounds it goes. Arntz will bring it down the floor here, as we'll call it more radio style. Arntz driving left elbow, gives it to Bruner for 3. Landon Bruner hits the 3, and it's 17-4. Gantz at the top of the key on the left side gives it up to Mathis as the Lions work right to left across your radio dial. Gantz, right corner, gives it up to Geiger. Kreplin on the left wing as that zone defense that Kiel showed gone back to a man. Heckman guarding Mathis up top. And Gantz driving in, absorbs some contact. It eventually finds its way out to Kreplin, right wing 3, no good. The board contested for by multiple players, eventually goes to Murphy after a tip. Here's Muntz in transition from left to right across your radio dial. Right wing Heckman gives it up to Arntz. Arntz heads left into the lane. Nice find into the left corner for Bruner again. That 3 no good. 17-4 remains the score here as we're at 6 minutes to play in the half. Gantz swings it over to Mathis, and here's Geiger. Geiger puts up the 3, in and out. The board goes to Mathis, spin move, layup, nice look, but can't go, and eventually absorbs a non-shooting foul as Arntz was trying to swipe the ball away. Pardon me, that was Aiden Murphy with the foul. And they're going to call that a shooting foul, so Mathis will head to the line here. First free throw attempts of the game for Brillion. He gets the first to go. For his first point of the game. And the second shot is good as well. Arntz will bring it down the floor for Kiel. Kiel outscoring their opponents by an average of 33 points this season. Brillion outscoring all of their opponents by 21 as both teams remain undefeated. Muntz drives baseline, kicks it out to Heckman. Heckman at the top of the key gets a screen from a new sub, number 14, Cade Velker, down low into Muntz. And perhaps the best offensive possession so far for the Raiders as they work the ball in to the left block, and Muntz, the 6'6 senior, will finish it. Mathis gives it up to Kreplin in the left corner, and Gantz at the top of the key. Gantz works his way to the right wing, gives it up to Geiger. A shoe loose in the middle of the lane was from the new sub, Velker. He'll continue playing with just a sock on his left foot. He's guarding Gantz, absorbs some contact, and absorbs a charge. We have conflicting calls here, actually. One official going for the charge, one going for the block. The Kiel faithful, the fan section on the far side of the court, shocked me because they looked upset, and I thought originally it was called a charge as the referees confer here. Again, that charge or block, whatever it is, was taken with no shoe on the left foot for Cade Velker. And we'll head to a bit of an officials timeout here as they're discussing with both coaches before we get the official ruling from the public address announcer. Foul. It is going to be called a block on Cade Velker as he gets his left shoe back. A teal shoe was just in the middle of the lane, right by the free throw stripe as players were running by. So that'll be a non-shooting foul, and it'll be an inbound underneath the basket for the Lions. 19-6 our score. Kiel on top. The inbound Kreplin looking for a lob to Geiger. Doesn't get it, but thankfully not stolen by a Kiel player. They swing it around. Kreplin pulls up. Left corner mid-range jump shot, no good. And Munz with the board. Back the other way comes Arntz. Arntz gets a screen from Heckman. Gets a switch. Geiger back to his original man in Heckman. Looking inside, it's Velker. Gets it to Munz. Munz draws a double. Has to give it up to Arntz. Arntz driving from left to right along the key. Works his way towards the elbow. And back into the corner we go with Velker. Velker looking for Munz. Gives it up. And Kiel will call a timeout. As we'll head to a break here on Zaleski Sports.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. 19-6 our score. Kiel on top of the Brillion Lions. 4:11 remaining in the half. As for transparency, our camera tripod doesn't seem to be working right now, so it'll be more of a hand camera situation. Big thanks to Joel Rausch, the producer, for rolling with it here. Top of the key, Velker gives it up to Arntz, and down low into Munz. A double coming from Mathis. Heckman for three, no good. Board goes to Munz. Munz over to Velker. Velker shot fake and draws a foul as he goes up with the layup attempt. Foul's going to be on Doracek, his first, as Velker will head to the line. First shot, no good for the junior. Shimek and Schwartz back in. This time it's Gantz and Doracek heading off. Second free throw is good. And puts Kiel up 20-6. Both teams only playing 7 players so far. Schwartz swings it over to Mathis for three, no good. Board for Munz as he's falling down. We get a whistle. It'll be a foul. Foul on Austin Schwartz of Brillion. That's the 5th team foul for the Lions. Perhaps we'll get into bonus territory here. Heckman subs off for the first time along with Bruner. And back on come April and Murphy. A light press here from Brillion as Arntz will bring the ball down. He's guarded by Kreplin, gets 2 screens, but one from Velker and one from Munz. Murphy in the right corner gives it up to April. Man defense here for Brillion, as it has been the entire game, as Kiel also running a man defense except for perhaps one possession. Velker at the top of the key, guarded by Mathis. Munz, left corner, back to Velker. And this is looking more like the beginning of the game when both teams were defensively shutting the other down in the half court. Here's Arntz, shot fake, finds an open floater, and a nice shot creation there from Pierce Arntz, and he's got 6 points to lead the game. Driving baseline and spinning is Mathis. Nice floater put in from the senior Lucas Mathis. He's got 4. Arntz finds a trap and has to spin back out. Gets a screen from Muntz. The roll goes to Velker instead. Deep 3 for Cade Velker. No good. And the board for Schwartz. Brillion back the other way. Shimek with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Pressure from Velker. And they swing it to the low corner for Mathis. He pulls up another spinning shot. This time it's no good. Saved by Murphy. Arntz pushes ahead to Muntz. Muntz with the layup on the other end. 24-8 our score. Kiel on top in this battle of the top 2 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. Here's Geiger along the right wing. He's been hesitant to attack Muntz. Here he goes in, draws some contact, and they're going to call it a block. And Geiger, right to take the chance there, forcing Kiel into a foul. And they'll call it a shooting foul as well. That's Muntz's second personal. That could be big here for the remainder of this half and perhaps even into the beginning of the second half. Arntz cleaning up some sweat along the floor there. As Geiger will have 2 shots at the line. First one is good for his first point of the night. He's been their leading scorer on the year. He's averaging 20.5 points per game. And we're nearly to the halftime here. Just getting his first. Both teams scoring at a much higher rate than what we've seen tonight, as tonight's been more of a defensive stalemate. Second free throw is no good. The board for Mathis, and he puts in the shot for a 3-point possession for Brillion. 24-11 here. As a half-court trap is put on, Schwartz gets it ahead to Mathis. Mathis puts it up, and Brillion pulls within 11. A quick little 5-point run there from them. And another turnover. Schwartz ahead. Here's Mathis again. And he's got 10. 24-16 is our score, and the momentum firmly in Brillion's corner. A timeout called. It'll be a full timeout for head coach Marcus Rumpf of Kiel, and we'll head to break.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. Brillion going on a little bit of a run before the break there. And we've got a score of 24-15. Arntz bringing the ball down the floor. He'll be met by Mathis. This half-court trap, clearly the next step for Coach Shimek, as we'll have a shooting foul there. On the side of the face, the ref says it was Murphy attempting the shot. The foul is going to be on Gantz. His third. I don't believe that's right on the scoreboard. I believe Gantz has 2. Murphy with the first free throw, no good. And it looks like they're correcting it on the scoreboard as Gantz he even shows 2 fingers to his coach. He was confused as I was. 24-15, we're under a minute to go here in the first half. Murphy looking to put Kiel back up 10. He'll do just that, as Aiden Murphy has 6 points. He's tied with his teammate Pierce Arntz for the lead for Kiel. Meanwhile, for Brillion, it was all Lucas Mathis there before the break. An impressive stretch where he had 3 baskets, and including 2 in transition. Schwartz drives in, and they'll call a charge on him. Heckman taking the fall there. And that'll be Schwartz's second. Schwartz with a nice drive baseline there, but an even better play from Heckman to draw the foul. Velker will head off, and Braden April is back on the floor. So far for Kiel, Arntz and Munz have been on the floor the entire time with occasional spells of relief for Murphy, Heckman, and April, but they're clearly remaining, they're comfortable with their starting five. Same case for Brillion. April gives it up to Arntz, looking inside, Munz, there's a double, has to skip it over to Heckman. Heckman for three, it's good. His second three-pointer of the ball game, and that'll be a nice way to stop the momentum for Kiel. 28-15, and we're at 10 seconds to go. Geiger at the top of the key. He won't be fooled by the count of the crowd. Here's Mathis for three, no good, and we are at the horn here at halftime. 28-15, our score. Kiel on top. A nice run for Brillion towards the end of the half. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. The RVA strives to offer families the tools and resources needed to provide a strong academic foundation for each child, with the flexibility to learn on their own schedule and at their own pace. And they even host hundreds of free events around the state to foster friendships among the students. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. Since 1946, Ansay and Associates has provided insurance to help secure businesses and families throughout Wisconsin. With custom coverage and superior customer service, Ansay and Associates can provide all of your insurance needs. Visit ansay.com today. That's ANSAY.com. Ansay and Associates, securing and protecting your American dream. Get Culligan water for only $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Get instant savings at Fleet Farm. Skip the wait and take $10 off your purchase of $75 or more in-store or online. Shop now and save on gifts for others or maybe even a gift for yourself. Shop all your favorite everyday essentials and save at Fleet Farm. Thank you for joining us. 28-15 is our score at half. Kiel on top of Brillion, and we will head to a halftime break, and we'll be back after this.
Hello, Kaukauna Area School District community. Over the past several months, as part of our continuous improvement efforts, the Kaukauna Area School District has been working on the development of a long-range facilities plan, which will ensure that our facilities continue to be safe, engaging, and relevant learning environments where each of our students can learn, grow, and flourish. As a Kaukauna Area School District resident, I would like to invite you to join us for one of 4 community conversations this winter, where we'll discuss long-range facilities planning in our district. During each of these community conversations, we'll present updated facilities information, along with having an opportunity for you to share input and feedback on the critical concepts that we need to address in our long-range facilities plan. As we work to develop this future plan, the district is committed to a process that's built on tradition and focused on the future. And we would love for your input in these important conversations. If you would like to participate in the future planning for our facilities, I hope that you'll consider attending one of our 4 community conversations, which will take place on Tuesday, January 9th from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. at Riverview, Wednesday, January 24th from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. at Riverview. Or if attending a virtual meeting is more convenient for you, we'll also be offering 2 interactive virtual conversations. The first on Thursday, February 15th from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and the second is on Friday morning on February 16th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. You're welcome to attend as many of the conversations as you wish, but the format, content, and discussion topics will be the same at each of these sessions. To help us best plan for these events, please indicate which session or sessions you plan to attend by emailing facilitiesplanning@kaukaunasd.org, or you can use the RSVP link in the description area below the video. Links to the virtual conversations will be sent via email to participants who RSVP for those sessions. I hope that you'll consider joining us for these important conversations related to our long-term facilities plan. Thank you for your support of our great schools, and thank you for helping us to ensure that our schools continue to meet the needs of our students, both now and for generations to come.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
I know that I can handle schooling my children because RVA provides the tools that I need. The RVA has adjusted curriculum by placing children right where their learning is. That's the #1 goal, is to make sure that your children are learning, and so you don't move on if they haven't grasped the concept. You stop, pause, and you make sure that you grasp that before you move on. The RVA will work with your child's needs and will provide the support and the attention that your child not only needs but deserves.
Good day, my name is Ken Hyman and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports in this meeting of the top two teams in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference. Kiel leading at the half. The Raiders 28-15 leading over the Brillion Lions. Our hosts here tonight. A little bit of a run for Brillion at the end of the half there. And they'll be down 13 to start this second half. The leading scorers for the half overall, it was Lucas Mathis for Brillion. He had 10 points. And for the Raiders, the leading scorers, Aiden Murphy with 6, Jack Heckman with 8, and Pierce Arntz with 6. A little bit of foul trouble for each team towards the end of the half as Bryce Gantz and Austin Schwartz of Brillion both have 2 fouls. Grant Munns has 2 for the Raiders of Kiel. Kiel looking to pick up their first win over a win over Brillion, a team that beat them 3 times last year, including knocking them out in the regional final as Brillion made their way towards the state championship. Of course, many players graduating from that Brillion team, including current Wolford Terrier Jeremy Lorenz, two first-team all-conference players graduating from that Brillion squad, as well as a second-teamer, Jeremy Lorenz, Parker Braun, and the second-teamer, Caden Holly. One of their second-teamers is back, though, in Grady Geiger, although he was held to 1 point in the first half. Similarly, 2 first-team all-conference players, Pierce Arntz and Grant Munns last year. Arntz was unanimous, with honorable mentions going to Jack Heckman and Braden April. So more returning experience for the Raiders this year than Brillion, and that has led to both teams being very successful so far this season, but a 13-point lead at halftime for the Raiders. Now working left to right are the Lions. Gantz hands it off to Mathis, who was the star of the first half for Brillion. 2-3 zone for the Raiders to start. Mathis deep on the left wing, gives it into Geiger. He's doubled. Geiger clearly a point of emphasis for Coach Marcus Rumpf. They're not going to let him get anything easy on the offensive end. Brillion looking to figure out the 2-3 zone here. They've got 4 out and Duracek in. Mathis cuts across. He'll receive it on the right wing. Looking to the low post for Duracek. Back to Mathis. They'll swing it around. Here's Gantz. He tries the 3. No good, and the board goes to Munns. And the zone working for Coach Marcus Rumpf on that first possession. Arntz will bring it down. Brillion remains in man defense. Gantz guarding Murphy. Inside, Munns now guarded by Duracek instead of Geiger. They'll bring a second as well. Mathis remaining down low, and a travel for Heckman. Krepling will bring the ball down for Brillion. They're trailing by 13 here. Both of these teams have been outclassing their opponents all season. The closest game for Brillion, they've had a couple of close ones, a 6-point win over Roncalli and a 1-point win over Wrightstown. But other than that, every one of their wins has been by 15 or more. Mathis driving left, giving it up to Geiger. Certainly for Brillion, this is the first time that they've been trailing for an entire half this year. Mathis pulls the trigger on the 3. It's good! And Lucas Mathis continues his hot shooting stretch. He's at 13 points for the game. He's got all but 5 of Brillion's points, as the lead is cut to 10, 28-18. Arntz driving left with his natural hand, met by Mathis down there. Murphy finding a nice seam as Mathis was relocating to his original position and didn't see Murphy cutting down the lane. Aiden Murphy now with 8. That ties him for the lead on Kiel with Jack Heckman. Kiel back in a man defense in that same matchup of Munns and Geiger down low. Now Geiger out to the left wing, thinks about the 3, gives it up. Gantz along the baseline. Gantz looking for Geiger. Pressured by Murphy, and the pass into Mathis. Almost a turnover there for Brillion, but thankfully it rolls back out to Gantz. Mathis has got the hot hand. He gives it up to Geiger. Geiger drives on Munns. He's got a double from Murphy. Can't get it to go. Munns with the board, but he falls down, and that'll be a travel. And possession remains with Brillion. Technically, it goes over to Kiel just for a second. And the inbounder will be Krepling underneath the hoop here. Gives it up to Geiger. One-on-one with Munns. Hand off to Krepling, who's been guarded by Arntz the entire game. Arntz, a 4-year varsity performer. There's the 3 from Mathis, no good. Putting Arntz on Krepling shows a lot of respect from Coach Rumpf towards Krepplin's game. Here's Murphy. Gives it up. Arnst with an open three, top of the key. No good, short. And the board for Juracek. 30-18 our score. Driving in, Mathis spins around. Off the window, no good. Gets his own board after a tip from Geiger. Kreplin pulls up, gets around Arnst, and there's that offensive game from Kreplin. Got Arnst to go up with his fake and got around him for the open look. 30-20 our score. And now a zone from Brillion. April gives to Arnst, corner three. This time it's good. Adjusted from that short three at the top of the key, and Arnst knocks it down. He's got 9. Screen set by Geiger on Arnst, and here's Kreplin looking to create again after his bucket on the last possession. No good, ball out of bounds. No shot. Schwartz comes in. Thing to keep in mind with Schwartz and Gantz for Brillion, number 30 and number 1. You can see both there. They both have 2 fouls. Muntz, number 42 for Kiel, also has 2. And a travel called on Schwartz. Oh, pardon me, a foul. Lucas Mathis called for his first. First team foul for Brillion this half. 33-20 our score after the 3-ball from Pierce Arnst in the far corner. He'll bring it up. Braden April met with a half-court trap. This led to some success for Brillion at the end of the first. They swing it over to Arnst. Clearly that's something that Coach Rumpf wanted to adjust to in the locker room at half. Here's April on the right wing. Gives it up to Murphy. Over to Arnst. Nice closeout by Schwartz. Wasn't going to let Arnst get off another open three. Top of the key, Murphy swings it over, and there's Arnst. He's open on the left wing, knocks it down. The first time they weren't going to leave him open, but Kiel works the ball around, and Arnst gets an open look later in the possession. Kreplin driving right, gives it up. Here's Gantz. Cutting in is Mathis. He absorbs the contact from Heckman, and he'll head to the line. And we're seeing both teams getting more comfortable in the offensive zone. Mathis will head to the line. That's Heckman's first foul. Mathis 2 for 2 in the first half on free throws. Brillion as a team was 3 for 4. Kiel, meanwhile, was 2 for 4. We didn't see too many trips to the line. Mathis knocks down his first, and he's got 14. 36-21 our score. Kiel extending their lead from halftime from 13 to 15. And Mathis no good on the second one. Muntz with the board. Muntz with only 4 points in the ballgame, but he's clearly playing a pivotal role inside in keeping Geiger at just 1 point. Muntz with the ball in the left corner in the range of a deep 2. He gives it up to Murphy. Murphy to April. April gets around the long arms of Mathis to Heckman. Back to April. April drives, kicks to Heckman, swings it over to Arnst. The hot hand. It's good. Pierce Arnst single-handedly extending the lead almost in terms of scoring for Kiel. Of course, the great passing of his teammates there allowed him to be the beneficiary with the open look. 39-21. And we're seeing why Arnst is one of the top recruits in the state, committed to Wisconsin Lutheran College, the Division III program in the Wauwatosa area. He committed back in November. His teammate Grant Muntz, perhaps also a college recruit. He's still uncommitted. Here's Geiger working inside on Muntz. Murphy with a swipe in there, but Geiger works through, and a strong 2 points there for him. He's got 3 on the game. Heckman ahead. Here's Murphy, guarded by Gantz. Gantz with 2 fouls. Murphy gives it up to April. April looking baseline, passes it to Muntz. Reverse layup. Nice look there for Grant Muntz. At least one of his baskets in the first half. I can't remember if both were in transition, but that's the first time we've seen Muntz get a basket in the half-court offense. Open 3 for Kreplin as Arnst was struggling to get around a screen. And the loose ball rebound off of Bryce Gantz and out of bounds. It will head over to Kiel for possession. Both coaches only playing 2 subs in the first half. Shimek and Schwartz for the Lions, as going ahead is Kiel here. Nice fake by April, but the block by Schwartz. He got Mathis to blow by him, but didn't see Schwartz, and Schwartz with the block. As April had an open look, or at least he thought. They swing it to Schwartz. He'll pull the trigger from 3, no good. Loose ball foul here on Murphy, as he and Gantz were both fighting for the rebound there. Murphy's second. 41-23 our score. As subbing back in Duracek, it'll be Schwartz heading off after that nice block on the defensive end. Couldn't make the 3, but Brillion retains possession, and a foul to Murphy. That's 2 Kiel Raiders with 2 fouls. They were looking to swing it into the corner, but here's Arntz with the steal. He blows right by Duracek, but can't get it to go. The board for Gantz, and they're pushing back the other way. Into the low post, here's Geiger against Heckman, and Geiger finds the matchup he likes. He's had Munz on him all night. He found someone else and was eager to go towards the basket. Gets it to go, and we got a 16-point lead here for Kiel, 41-25. And for Kiel, you're going to see a measured approach here down on the offensive end. They've got a 16-point lead. They don't need to force things. Munz was looking for a foul there, but none to be found. Whereas Brillion on the offensive end, they've got to be pushing. Still 10 minutes left in the half, but down 16s, they've got to overcome that deficit. Here's Geiger for 3, left corner, no good. Arntz with the board. Arntz gives up to Murphy, and they'll let Murphy handle the point guard position for this possession. Brillion back to the man defense, and the half-court trap is gone. April gives it up to Muntz. Muntz, left wing 3 is good. And while they were a little bit quiet in the first half, Muntz and Arntz for Kiel have been the key contributors here in the second. Just as they have all year, the leading scorers for Marcus Rumpf's team. Gantz fakes the 3, and a foul called as he was driving towards the basket. Fouls on Aiden Murphy. That's his first player to get 3 fouls. The 2 subs we saw in the first half for Kiel, they'll come on here as Murphy and April head off. So that's Velker and Bruner onto the floor. Timeout called. We'll head to a break here on Zaleski Sports.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Welcome back to Zaleski Sports. My name is Gunnar Sippert, calling the action here with producer Joel Roush. Again, our camera tripod not working quite right. Joel doing a great job with the hand camera. And Brillion gets the inbounds there. Nice pass from Kreplin into Geiger, and Geiger starting to heat up. He's got 6 in the second half after scoring only 1 in the first. Arntz will bring the ball up with Murphy on the bench. He drives, puts up a mid-range shot. No good, and I believe Velker's foot was over the line there. They're not going to call the backcourt violation. He swings it out to Heckman. Heckman for 3. Jack Heckman with his 3rd 3 of the game. And he's got 11 for the Raiders. It's 47-27. And every time Brillion starts to make a little bit of a dent in the lead, Kiel just seems to hit another 3. Geiger guarded by Muntz here. Low corner for Gantz. Top of the key, Mathis. He was the star of the first half for Brillion. Nice cut by Kreplin. He got away from Arntz long enough to drive towards the left block and gets it to go. Kreplin's got 6. Arntz brings it down, guarded by Kreplin on the other end. We've seen both teams switch into a zone for a possession or two, as the 3 from Velker is good. And with Kiel shooting the 3 ball like this, you can see why they've outscored their opponents by 33 points per game on the year. Nice find there from Geiger to Duracek. post-to-post pass. And you might call it shooting look for Kiel, as they've made so many threes here in the second half, but they are getting open looks. They're not bad threes. Velker trapped in the corner. He gets it to Bruner. Bruner for three, looking to join the party, but no good. So after the basket on both ends, the three-pointer for Kiel and the bucket by Duracek for Brillion, just a two-pointer, it's 50-31, and we've got some hand fighting in close, and they're going to call the offensive foul on Geiger as he and Munns were struggling for position. That'll be Geiger's first. Had that been on Munns, that would have been his third. I thought that was what the call was going to be. But it'll be an offensive foul and a turnover for Brillion. 50-31, 7.5 remaining here at Brillion High School. Arntz guarded by Kreplin down the floor. He'll get a screen from Muntz. Double coming from Geiger. Geiger's got to get back to his man. And they were not able to get the ball to Muntz. Driving in is Velker. He is denied emphatically by Geiger with the block. Ahead they go. Here's Mathis. The layup up and in. And a transition bucket there from Brillion. They're going to need some more of those to cut into this lead. Velker with the ball. Deep right wing. Guarded by Gantz. Here's Muntz. Has an open look, but decides against the three. Goes inside to Arntz. Arntz kicks. They rotate. Here's Heckman again. His fourth three of the ball game, as he's got 14 points. And again, as Brillion was trying to cut into the lead, another three from Kiel. And Muntz will get the call there. And an elbow. That'll be his third. Underneath the basket is Kreplin, guarded by Arntz, but Arntz will focus on controlling the middle of the lane rather than watching Kreplin. They get it in to Geiger, and another foul on Muntz. That'll be his fourth. So Muntz will head to the bench for now. Braden April back into the game. And now we'll see how Brillion decides to attack the Kiel defense. This is the first time Muntz has not been in the game, and I assume they're going to be looking to get the ball to Geiger, as no one on the floor right now for Kiel has his size. They'll switch back into their 2-3 zone, so Heckman will have some help from April on the near side. Geiger going to the far side. Bruner meeting him there with a trap. Geiger kicks. Here's Kreplin for three. It's good. And Brillion starting to work their way back. The three ball there for Kreplin, and he's got 9 points on the game. His first triple of the game. 53-36. Kiel, as long as they can keep executing on the offensive end, they won't need to worry about not having Muntz. They've been remarkably efficient. We'll see if Brillion can get a stop. Skip pass from Arntz to Bruner. Here's Heckman. Fakes the shot. Three is good. Heckman cannot be stopped from downtown. That's his fifth of the night. And with the lead is back to 20. Here's Mathis for three, and the lead is down to 17 again. Teams trading three balls at both ends. 56-39. Under 5.5 here. Not too many timeouts called in the second half. Here's Arntz. Gives it up. April for three. No good, and the board for Gantz. Brillion gets a stop on the defensive end. Here's Kreplin. Mathis drives baseline. Puts it up over Bruner, and they'll call the foul on Bruner. That'll be his first. Mathis will head to the line. He's 3 for 4 on the night. First one good. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 per month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. Mathis with his second free throw attempt here. Makes it, and the lead is down to 15, 56-41. Will it be too little too late for Brillion? They're going to press here. Mathis playing in between Arntz and Heckman there. They break the press, get across half court. in the half-court defense now. It's Bruner with the open three. Another stop for Brillion, forcing a three, but they cough it up. Schwartz's pass got deflected, but a block. Kreplin blocks Arntz, but another steal. April into Arntz. And some sloppy play from both teams there. Ends up with an easy Kiel basket. Gantz gives it up to Mathis. He's deep along the three-point line. Looking into Geiger. And Geiger will head up with a three here. It's good. Grady Geiger cuts the lead down to 14. Nearing 4 minutes to go here, and a trap from Schwartz and Gantz on Murphy there leads to a foul being called. It'll be on Schwartz, his third. Inbound on the side here for Kiel. Something to watch. Kiel's got 6 team fouls against them, so the next foul, should it be non-shooting for Brillion, will be a 1-and-1. Only 3 team fouls this half for the Lions. And they're bringing that half-court trap as the skip pass to Bruner. Here's Heckman and back up to Arntz. And this is where the experience of Arntz comes in so valuable. He's a 4-year varsity player. Coughs it up there, though. Here's Gantz, and back the other way. There will be a foul. It'll be on Murphy, I believe. It was drawing the foul was Mathis. Pardon me. It'll be on Arntz, and Gantz will head to the line. That'll be Arntz's first foul, and again, a 1-and-1 here for Gantz. 14 points is the lead for Kiel as we're under 4 minutes to go. Muntz back into the game with his 4 fouls. And no good on the first, but an offensive rebound for Geiger. He goes up strong against Muntz. No call, and Muntz could not afford to try to block that shot as he's got his 4 fouls. Here's April working it down inside to Muntz. They give it back up to Arntz, and you can see Arntz commanding the offense. He's looking to run down this clock, but a turnover, and right back to Arntz as Gantz was headed out of bounds. And Gantz comes up and draws some contact with Arntz. That'll be a foul on Bryce Gantz. So after Geiger's basket on the other end, it's a 12-point lead for Kiel. And as the lead was 13 at halftime, that means Brillion's outscored them by 1 here in the second half. They've been matching them in the second half here, but that first half lead remains as Kiel was able to get out to an early lead after the defensive stalemate we saw in the opening minutes. April gives it up to Arntz. April for 3, no good. Geiger with the board. 12 points. Brillion getting some stops on the defensive end as the threes stop falling. Here's Gantz for 3. No good, it's short. Fights for his own rebound, can't get it. Arntz with the board there. And 3 minutes to go, a 12-point lead for the Raiders. Here's Heckman again from the corner. It's good. His 6th of the night. And while his teammates have been finding him open and getting him good looks, Jack Heckman has been shooting remarkably. Geiger with the basket down in low. And we'll have a timeout here by Brillion. Full timeout. We'll head to a break here on Zaleski Sports.
I think there are a lot of benefits to schooling our children from home. We get to spend a lot of time with them, and there are eureka moments like seeing them walk for the first time, or they figure something out and they're so excited about it.
The RVA really does work with each family to individualize each child's education to help them really succeed.
This is like the best thing in Wisconsin in terms of school.
For us, the RVA was our first and best choice of schools to choose.
We love the RVA.
Welcome back on Zaleski Sports. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction has been partnering with private and public customers since 1984. Staub Construction has its own service and fabrication department to assist with any municipal or industrial situation. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. The lead 13 here for Kiel. They'll inbound. Arntz will bring it up the floor. He's met by Mathis. They'll run this half-court trap. You see the 3 Lions along the half-court line. Here's April, has to give it back to Arntz. Arntz loses the dribble. They're in risk of a 10-second violation, and Brillion forces it. Exactly what the Lions needed coming out of that break. And certainly that was what Chad Shimek, the head coach for the Lions, was looking for. Inbound from Mathis to Kreplin. Kreplin with a great second half. He's got 7 since the halftime buzzer. 2-3 zone again here for Kiel. They used it with Muntz off the floor. They're going to use it with Muntz on the floor. Gantz for 3, no good. The board for Arntz. Arntz bringing it back the other way. He's met by Mathis before half court. Gets it to Heckman. Heckman will not pull the trigger on the 3 as Kiel just looking to run out the clock. Gantz and April contesting for a high pass there, and the foul will be on Gantz. That's his 4th. 5th team foul. Pardon me, that was his 5th foul, and Bryce Gantz will have to head off. Schwartz back on for Brillion. Murphy inbounding along the side here. 2:02 to go, a 13-point lead for the Raiders. Looking to defeat the team that beat them 3 times a year ago. High effort zone here from the Lions. Kiel looking to find an open basket and not take an ugly look. Murphy is fouled, as a couple fouls to give here for the Lions before we get to the bonus. That was on Schwartz. It'll be his 4th. The inbound comes to Arntz in the backcourt. As we're at 1:45 remaining, Arntz gets across half court with a pass to April and another foul, as we are now into the single bonus. That'll be on Mathis, his 2nd, and April will head to the line. The Rural Virtual Academy is an online tuition-free public school serving students pre-K through high school right here in Wisconsin. The RVA strives to offer families the tools and resources needed to provide a strong academic foundation for each child, with the flexibility to learn on their own schedule and at their own pace, and even hosts hundreds of free events around the state to foster friendships among the students. For more information, visit ruralvirtual.org. First free throw was good for April. He earns the 2nd, and that one's good as well. Braden April with his first points of the ball game extends the lead to 15. Kreplin brings it across half court. Lions need a basket. Deep corner 3 for Geiger is good. Geiger with a great second half. Quick math off the top of my head here. He's got 16 points in the second half. They get it across half court. Here's Heckman back up to Arntz as they struggle to get it across half. Arntz back out to April. And Murphy over to Heckman. And you can see the plan here for Kiel, just looking to run out the clock. Murphy draws the foul from Mathis, his 3rd, and Murphy will have a 1-and-1. So 18 fouls against the Lions, meaning if they foul again intentionally, it'll be another 1-and-1, but after that it'll be 2 free shots for Kiel. 12 points to lead. Murphy needs to make this to earn another. He does just that. Murphy with 3 fouls himself. And of course, Brillion needs to be smart about who fouls. Austin Schwartz has 4. Don't want him to foul out of the game, so it's going to have to be one of his teammates that does the intentional foul. Mathis has 3. Murphy gets the 2nd one to go, and Kiel hitting the big late free throws here as we're at 1:05 remaining. 14-point lead. Mathis fakes 3, puts it up, no good, and Muntz with the board. Handoff to Arntz, and I believe the foul is going to be on Geiger, and it'll be Muntz that gets the free throws. Geiger's 2nd. So Brillion not able to score on that possession. And again, this is the last 1-and-1. Last single bonus trip to the line, as their next team foul will be their 10th. Any foul will result in 2 free shots. April and Murphy were able to earn their second free throws. Can Muntz do the same? He cannot. The board to Geiger. Back the other way. Here comes Kreplin. Guarded by Arntz as they're back into their man defense. Here's Schwartz. Looking inside to Geiger. Instead goes across to Duracek. Hands it off to Kreplin. Gets Arntz to fly by. Kreplin for three. Owen Kreplin with an outstanding second half. He's got 10 points in the half, 12 in the game. And the lead is down to 11 with 42 seconds remaining. We'll see what Brillion can do here underneath a minute remaining with an 11-point lead. We'll keep it here at the break. Since 1946, Ansay & Associates has provided insurance to help secure businesses and families throughout Wisconsin. With custom coverage and superior customer service, Ansay & Associates can provide all of your insurance needs. Visit ansay.com today. That's ANSAY.com today. Ansay & Associates, securing and protecting your American dream. Get instant savings at Fleet Farm. Skip the wait and take $10 off your purchase of $75 or more in-store or online. Shop now and save on gifts for others or maybe even a gift for yourself. Shop all your favorite everyday essentials and save at Fleet Farm. We're underneath a minute here. Brillion down 11 to Kiel. Both teams undefeated. Brillion 12-0, Kiel 10-0. Both teams 5-0 in conference play. Kiel looking to pull into a sole first place in the conference. Other games in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference tonight: Roncalli at Chilton, Sheboygan Falls at Valders, and Two Rivers at New Holstein. Full court press here for Brillion. They're going to have to foul in the half court, I imagine. And they'll give it to Heckman. And it looks like they're going to be a little bit slower to foul here. Geiger eventually does foul Heckman. It'll be his first time going to the line. Geiger's third. Heckman has played a marvelous game tonight. Hasn't taken many shots, but when he's taken the shot, he's made it. He's got 6 threes to go along with 1 2-point basket for 20 points. He'll have 2 free throws here. First one is no good. And without that hot shooting by Heckman, this game would be a lot closer. His first free throw is no good. Second, no good as well. Nice board by Schwartz, and under 30 seconds, an 11-point lead for the Raiders. Geiger working inside. He'll pull up a 2. It's no good. Muntz with the board. They'll foul. It'll be Geiger's fourth, and Muntz will have 2 free shots at the line. 65-54. Our score at half was just 28-15, a much higher scoring second half, and that's been the case. Pardon me, that has not been the case for the Lions on the year. Slightly lower scoring second half games, but for Kiel, they've definitely turned it on in the second half this season. First free throw is good for Muntz, his first trip to the line tonight, and he's got 10 points. He's been described as a walking double-double. I have not been keeping track of rebounds, but he's got the double part in points tonight. Back down the other way. Down 12. Brillion. Here's Schwartz for 3. No good, but he'll get his own board. Tried to save it before he gets called for a travel. Heckman back the other way. Good sportsmanship here from Kiel, not going towards the open basket. They'll run out the clock. And a 12-point win for the Kiel Raiders. They remain undefeated. They are now 11-0, 6-0 in Eastern Wisconsin Conference play, and they are in a sole first place at the top of the conference. Brillion falls to 12-1, 5-1 in conference. Brillion's first conference loss since 2 seasons ago in the 21-22 season, as they were undefeated in EWC play a year ago. An impressive 29-1 season they had. First loss of the season here for Brillion tonight. Both of these teams' schedules coming up. Next Thursday for Brillion at Sheboygan Falls. Kiel will play next Tuesday at Kewaskum in a non-conference game. .12-point victory here for Kiel, the Division III number 2 over the Division III number 5 team in the state. They will meet again later in the season. I should have written down that date. I apologize for that. And Pierce Arntz, the school leader for Kiel in steals and assists, and soon to be the leader in points. Grant Munns, the school leader in rebounds. Very talented senior class. And, of course, you had Jack Heckman shooting the lights out tonight. Great attempt for Brillion on the comeback. In the second half, they played extremely well on the offensive end and the defensive end. It was just that first half lead was too hard to overcome. We had that low-scoring opening minutes. Eventually, Kiel got into a rhythm in the first half, took a 28-15 lead into the half, and held on to win here tonight by 12. Thank you so much for joining us here on Zaleski Sports. Again, my name is Gunnar Zippert. I was grateful to call the action here tonight with producer Joel Rausch. Thank you for sitting through the technical difficulties we had. We'll head to the Nasonville Dairy postgame show here and hope that you join us on Zaleski Sports tomorrow and in the upcoming week. Thank you so much, everybody.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fir, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafflettieri, Caffla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.